how many of you have that feeling? You're like, I'm destined for more. Like this can't be it. Yeah. By the way, I had that feeling like, I don't know, half a lifetime ago. And I was like, something doesn't make sense. What is it? What am I missing? Like, what is it that people haven't told me or taught me? I need to find out. And that started my quest and my journey into transformation and healing. Abundance is like you're filled up. You're so filled up with love that you just can't help but it overflows out of you. You're filled up with whatever the thing is that you're abundant, that it just overflows out of you. You just want to give because it feels good to give. Because when you give, it magnifies more what you feel. That's abundance. It's not just having a bigger bank account. That's cool. That's really cool. But it's about joy. It's about love. It's about, abundant in all ways. You're so abundant that it overflows out of you. You can't help. You just want to give it. Joy overflows out of you. You just want to share it. Love overflows. You just want to share it. That's the kind of life that's waiting for you, that I call the awakened life. Right? A life of a different frequency, a different dimension, I can tell you, is available for you. You have to want it, like Don D was saying. You have to want it. And not just want it, but take the steps. And the steps is not coming from here, from fear, but it's coming from a guided place, from a connected place. My points are up, but the up is actually within. A place where you're connected to the infinite. So you're guided. So it tells you, no, go this way. And you're like, okay, I'll go this way. No, this way. Okay, go this way. And you're guided. And it says, no, do this now. It says, no, be patient now. Okay. You just need to listen. But you cannot hear it if you're so blah, 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 blah all the time. Fear all the time. Oh my God, is it going to work? Am I good enough? I'm alone. I'm abandoned. No one loves me. No one likes me. Blah, 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 blah all the time. You won't hear it. So that's why this inner work, when you do this work, it's not that the voice goes away, but your relationship to that voice shifts. The relationship to the story shifts. So that doesn't run the show anymore. But you start to be guided by the parts of you. And you live a different quality of life. So the thing with mindfulness is, I think, it's good that it's there. It's better that mindfulness, like if it didn't exist. Because the moment this whole mindfulness word came around, more people started to, get mindful, right? Start to pay attention. That's a good start, but it's not enough. When I talk about inner work, you take the mindfulness, which is the tip of the iceberg, and you drill down 1,000 times down the iceberg, so to speak. That's what we're talking about. Inner work is getting to the real stuff that is running your life. And when you get to the root of it, right? When there's weeds growing, you don't just pull the weeds. You got to go down to the roots and get it. Because if you don't, it keeps showing back up. And that's why we keep having the same problem show up over and over again in our lives, because we're not dealing with this stuff. You want to get to the roots of it. And inner work that I'm talking about is about getting to the root. And when you do, those patterns don't run you anymore. Number of people in our community, you'll hear more of them today. Right? One that pops up to my mind, I was just messaging him today, Joe from our community. He said, day 4 of my program was the last day I had my panic attack. That was it. I've never had a panic attack since. And he did his program a few years ago. People turn up and say, I've never had depression anymore. People say, I don't have burnouts anymore. My health has changed. People will say in our community, true say, by the way, just like real testimonials, I've healed. Things like cancer, things like, you saw Lizzie the other day. She was talking about genetic, it's passed down disease, condition. And people say, wow, that's a miracle. Miracles are normal. You are a miracle. What's possible for you that's knocking on your door, so to speak, is saying, hey, the way it is right now doesn't have to be the way. And the more you connect with that frequency of that which you're calling forth, you might just believe it. And guess what? The moment you believe it, it becomes true. So the manifesting formula is powerful because it talks about intention. and emotion, right? Receiving it in frequency. And for some people, right, with a lot of commitment, you might be able to convince yourself to believe it. Some part of you eventually might believe it. To say, oh, maybe that future is possible, or maybe that health is possible. And then when you believe it and some part of you believes it, then it starts to become true. And even then, we might still keep sabotaging it. That's why I add the belief work, right? The belief work, the inner work. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember to leave me a comment below or any questions you may have about the topic covered. And if you haven't done so yet, hit subscribe and the bell icon so you'll be the first to know when I upload my next video. Also, if you know someone who may benefit from this video, please hit share and share it with them. Lastly, I commend you for your commitment to growth and personal transformation. Here's to your epic awakened life. See you in my next video.